Alright, so if you open up your Eagle kit, if you go into your Eagle folder, it should be like this. When you see it, you can expand. Right click, add a new project, and name that project Sumo Bot Transmitter. This little green button over here will tell you that you are working in this directory, and everything that's gray is closed at the moment. You name it Sumo Bot Transmitter. Alright, so if you right click on this folder and go new schematic, this window will open up where we can draw our schematic for the Sumo Bot Transmitter. Alright, first thing you want to do is set up your grid, which is this little icon up here, the grid icon, and we are measuring things in millimeters, so we'll select both of these units as millimeters, and we actually want this display to be on. So there we go, that's your grid. The grid is actually 2.54 millimeters apart, which is stated up here. Alright, so we add some components here. That's the little button to add. If you're using it for the first time, maybe the entire library will not be loaded, so you will need to load it up. It does take a while. There's like a million things in there. Alright, go into your battery directory, expand, and look for a 9-volt battery clip. Says AB9V. This is the footprint of the pad, and this is the symbol. So if you go OK, you'll have this component floating around. If you right click on it, you can rotate the component. I normally position the positive up, and once I've clicked, I move around. Component is still floating with the cursor. All you need to do is press this escape key. Right, so once you're finished, you can close the battery. Scroll down until you find a resistor. That's the one that you want. Expand and look for REU, the European symbol for resistor. And the particular one that you want has a number that reads like 0207/10. This one here. 0207/10. If you're into there, you go OK and place this somewhere. Right? Press escape. Now while you're here, close the resistor and scroll up to the capacitor. It says polarized capacitor, European symbol. And the particular one that you are after is this one here, E3,5-10. 510. Now you can close the capacitor, close the resistor, scroll up until you find IC package. So you'll be in the I, find IC package, and then look for DIL 8. DIL means dual inline. And for this particular one, we'll just select the socket rather than the IC itself. because our ONM2 will go and sit inside this little socket. So, yeah, and you can place it somewhere. Press escape again. Alright, so close your IC package and scroll down until you find pin head. So pin head, yeah, PI, here we go, pin head. Yes, we need a 1x3. This will be used for your download cable on the PCB, so you can still download programs. The one that you're after is this one here, the first one. So you can choose OK, 1x3, place it somewhere, press escape, choose 1x5 for your joystick. OK, escape, choose 1x7 for your 433 transmitter. Escape. Right, you can close the pin head, scroll down into LED. You have to scroll up, sorry. Inside LED you'll find another label called LED. And inside that LED you'll find a 5mm LED. That's what you need. And it looks like so far we have enough components to start off. So I'll press escape, and then this time I'm going to go cancel. Right, there's a copy button on top. Select on copy, copy your resistor. And because we need 3 in our transmitter circuit, we'll just copy and place 3 there. Alright, so let's rearrange this component. There's a move tool up here. You can select on the move tool and then you can drag each of these components around. Alright, so that's my little arrangement so far. Remember, you can always come back and change where you have placed things. You need this little button here that says net. Click on the net. And that's what we will use to route or join all this schematic up. So the first thing, positive of the capacitor goes to the positive of the battery. Negative of the capacitor goes to the negative of the battery. This capacitor is used to regulate the power rails. From my knowledge, I know that pin 2 is connected to a resistor, 22K. 22K is connected to a 10K. And 10K is then basically grounded. So I can bring this down. If you have a junction, you should see this little donut, this little dot coming up. If it's not, that means it does not recognize it as a connection. So you'll have to delete and start again. Pin number 1 goes straight down to negative. Oh, in fact, I'll go undo. It's pin number 3 that goes down to negative. So I can put it there. Pin number 1 goes to pin number 7 of the pickaxe, and pin number 2 goes in between the 10K and the 22K resistor. On the left there is a button that says value. Click on that button that says value. Click on your capacitor and type in 100 UF. Click on your battery and it will say the user defined value needs to be changed. So yes, and change that to 4.5 volt. Click on R1, that's your 10K resistor. Click on R2, it's 22K resistor. Click on your IC, again you could say 08M2. The jumper 1 is our serial download. I just put SD. 3, 4, 5. This jumper here is for our joystick. This jumper here is for our RF module. And that resistor up here is 10K. LED value is just the color of the LED, maybe green or blue. Alright, so we'll just move this aside a little bit and label all these pins. I'm selecting the text feature. I'm going to type down GND for ground and bring that in line with 1. Press escape. Need VCC, which is our positive. Press escape. EN, which is enable. Press escape. We have our RXD. Escape. TXD. Escape. We have an auxiliary. Press escape. And then we have set. Press escape and cancel. I will do the same to the joystick. Let's move this a little bit up. Text feature, and it's GND for ground. I'm reading this from the actual module. Escape. Next one is 5 volt, which is our VCC basically. VRX. Oops. VRY. And SW is for the switch that's there. Oops. Alright, so now you can follow through from your breadboard and connect each of these wires whether going to positive